Good morning. I hope you're doing well this fine morning, and loving yourself and finding new facets of yourself to explore and unwind. It's a pretty incredible time where so much is showing up and so much density is being revealed and so many crazy events are happening all around. Wow. It gives us a time of self-exploration, a time of really introspection. And what I wanted to speak about today is I've always felt some shame. Ooh, there you go. The word even triggered some emotion in going inward, pulling away from society, pulling away from jobs, pulling away from societally expected things to find out what's really important to me. And that's a really important thing. And society wants us to shame us. For anybody that's going inward, starting to explore that maybe what is not what we think it is. It's not a safe container where we have free self-expression, we can do what we want, we can explore our freedom, we can challenge everything. But I'm going to tell you right now, in my journey, if I hadn't, can you imagine what most people's days are? And maybe it's part of yours right now. You go to a job that you hate and you serve a bunch of people, and there's lots of craziness going on right now, and people being angry and frustrated and lost and walking around in those bubbles in public, which is pulling us away from examination of who we are. I literally believe the term business is actually busyness. It's a place where you go to get immersed in a bunch of other people's problems and a bunch of rules and requirements that take us away from us honoring ourselves or doing things in flow. So as we choose to retract, and we need to retract into ourselves because we've been trained into pleasing and serving and servicing others, and it's twisted the fundamental precedent of us going into self-awareness. And awakening is to become into self-awareness. And the more we busy ourselves out with satisfying society, so satisfying a job, satisfying the bill collectors, satisfying our kids, satisfying all this stuff, we get out of self-awareness. Now, as we retract, and I know a lot of people feel guilt and shame for pulling away, and it feels like hiding, and I'm okay with that because it's not hiding. It's fucking the most intimate version of self-love that you can ever do. And I'll tell you right now, go sit in the corner with yourself all day long and not have to talk to people and keep busy or turn on the TV or whatever is the most triggering, most powerful thing that you can do for yourself. It will get you to see parts of yourself you don't like that scare the shit out of you. It will get you to bring up old traumas. It will get you to bring up stuff that you don't want to see or hear. And I will tell you right now, that is the stuff, that is the fire that tempers a human being and a soul and awakens it and makes it self-responsible and accountable to itself. It is all critical facets of awakening. Without that time to self-reflect, to be quiet, to meditate, to find out what being is versus doing, it's a step in the ascension process. You have to find it. You have to get there. This doesn't come automatically. The looking, the scourging, the testing of self come from sitting in silence and freaking out sideways when it doesn't line up or it scares the shit out of you. And you will learn to handle anything. You will learn to be pure gold as a human being. You will learn that what pisses you off, whatever, is all part of you. And you will have to answer that. You can't blame anymore. You can't be a victim anymore. You can't be any of that stuff. When people explore themselves, they start to see what's fucking them up. And that can be hard and scary and the hardest thing that you're ever going to do. But I'm going to tell you, to sit there and to love yourself and to live with it and just accept it and feel that heaviness, wash away all the frickin' darkness, all the fucking impurity, all the fucking shit that you were trained into from the minute you were born, is the only way through. I can't touch a magic wand to your forehead and go blip, yeah, there, you're clear of all that stuff. No, I have to give you the tools to go and self-examine and self-explore, and you're going to find these on your own, but my job is to show the way a little bit. Say, wow, what is that trauma? What is this stuff you keep talking to yourself about? I'm not worthy of a relationship. I'm not this, and money doesn't show up in my world, blah, 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 blah. Those are all the things that are going to show up and test you, because you're going to sit there in a pool of sadness because you don't have a partner, you don't have sexuality in your life, you don't have money in your life, and you're going to sit there and blame and blame and blame the world and all this kind of stuff, and you'll never make a change. But the minute you look into it and say, ooh, I was part of that. Yeah, my mother trained me this, my dad trained me that, my last partner did this. Taking self-responsibility and saying, I take responsibility for this. I was a part of it. These things happened for a reason. Yes, they had wounds. Yes, I had wounds. And then you can forgive it. You can accept it, and you can't be a victim anymore. Once you've forgiven it and say, oof, I did that somehow, and yes, I got programmed my whole entire life. And then you can step out the other side and say, oh, I've released that programming. That's not going to happen again. And now you set a boundary. You set terms in your life. And there's magic there, because the terms is what changes and transforms. It dissolves an old foundation that said, men are asked to be in their feminine all the time. Women are asked to be in their masculine all the time. To go inside and find out that's not our natural state. All of a sudden, next day you're like, I'm not going to act like that anymore. I'm not going to do these things. I'm not going to say these things. I'm not going to be whatever. And then to find out that emotion is a part of being masculine. And dominance can be feminine, but it also shows the other side, which is submission and the surrender and the flowiness. And unless we've explored all these things and we've hit the top and the bottom on all sides, we can't know where we want to be in the center. And trust me, being in your full power as the most incredible angelic being requires you to have power and darkness, and it requires you to have love and light and pleasure and fun, because doesn't mean you're in any of those polarities, but once you find center and you're not twisted off one side or the other, your experience will be in balance. So it's okay right now and required to go into your hole, to cover up under the blankets. I will not judge you. It is the hardest thing to do sometimes. And if we can just get rid of the shame and guilt of doing that, of choosing time for ourselves, of being selfish for a little bit, I really honestly will tell you that you need to be selfish on a spiritual path. If you're going to find love, self-love, you have to be selfish. Selfish. Not this bullshit of selfish is bad, whatever. That's the biggest ball of crap. And you're going to find out. You're going to be forced into selfish after a while. Once all your friends don't resonate, your family doesn't resonate, all your time is going to be about yourself. You're going to not feel resonating with anyone until you've found yourself, and you can set clear boundaries, and you can love yourself by not pleasing all the time and making and feeling sorry for people and giving sympathy and all these things. From that place comes this power. Maybe you can feel it in me, but it's like, I don't give a shit what they think. They can go have their pity party anytime. It's not my opportunity to please, and honestly, they got to be in that state to grow. They got to find out and hit bottom just like you did. And if I retreat over here and step away and go into my container where nobody can touch me and I don't have to feel their energy anymore, I find out my sovereignty. I figure out boundaries around me. I pull out little barriers that keep me from being stuck in that state of giving every bit of me away, giving my power away, giving everything away. And is that really selfish? When you look underneath it, it isn't selfish. It makes it no longer my responsibility to help fix another, which it never was. And it breaks things, and we'll go into the energetics of that sometime. But giving away your power, trying to please, trying to fix, trying to whatever is impossible. And it just makes people resent you. And you lose every time. So the more we can take our power back, be selfish with our power first, amazing things, are going to happen. We need to get to know our own energy. Absolutely. That's our sovereignty. It's like, what's mine and what's theirs, and where am I giving stuff away? And I'm gonna give you a little secret thing here right now. If you feel sad about someone or have sympathy for their situation, and you feel things going out towards another person, I'm gonna warn you, you're giving your power away. Because I'll tell you right here and right now that we've been trained to do that, to make our mothers feel good, our fathers feel good, our ex-lovers feel good, etc. But go look underneath why you feel sad for them. I'm going to tell you right now, the quicker they can have a hard experience and hit bottom by themselves without you going there, I love you, you're okay, you're going to find magic. You're going to find magic. That power is going to come back to you. You're going to empower them to be the most amazing version of themselves. And it's going to be amazing. I see your note there, Neville. We'll do another live. I'd love to hear about that. But I want to keep the focus on this topic. Start taking your power back. Sit in your corner. See where people aren't serving you. All these things. You may lose all your friends. You may all that kind of stuff. And that's okay. Because those are the people that you thought were friends, but are feeding off you. So go in your bubble, go in your corner, cut all ties, do whatever you have to. I'm not saying go in a puddle of anger or whatever, but go and feel all the emotions. Go and feel used. Go and feel whatever, and you will come out the other side respecting yourself. A little bit selfish, and in the most beautiful way, with self-responsibility and accountability and respect of another, and people will love you for that. They will feel so safe around you. So this is the journey. Go in, go find yourself, come out, stick your head out once in a while, get poked, get the skin torn off your back once in a while, and you're going to find out what doesn't serve you and what does, and you're going to build boundaries, and you're going to be amazing. So no guilt, no shame. What you're going through is exactly right. I love you for it. Thank you. Thank you for all the hearts, Amanda. It's beautiful. Let's talk more, and give me a shout later, Neville, and I'd be more than happy to we can do a live together. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Thank you for listening. Bye.